Namaste and giant hello. I'd say good afternoon, but you might be watching this in the morning, so I don't know. I drew the card from Danielle Laporte's fierce but flexible. Fierce but flexible. And I'd also like to bring awareness and attention to our yamas and niyamas. They are part of our 8 limbs of yoga. And at the bottom of it, the illustration is do unto others and how to treat the self. When we think of Viparigraha, avoid hoarding and greediness. Wow, that is one part of our yamas of the 8 limbs that we certainly all can take part in. So I'm doing my part today, and I'm sharing with you. It's a variation of a moon sun salutation. This would be happening after you're already warmed up, after you've maybe done some sun salutations, or just from child's pose into some tricep push-ups. That would be a great warm up. I've shot a lot of videos today, so I'm pretty warm. So on the inhale, let's lift up. On the exhale, sink deep into the hips. Now, as you're doing this, you're going to notice I have some yoga blocks at the very end. You don't have to have a yoga block. You can use just a book. You can have a chair on each end. That's completely up to you. Just move with your breath and awareness here. Let's do that one more time. And on the inhale, meet at the very top. Open up your jaw, exhale out. Pivot to the edge of your mat. Let's set this up into a crescent moon lunge. Open up the heart, the chest. On the exhale, draw the palms together. Inhale, let's set up into pyramid. On this, you might find it feels just a little bit better in your body to create your hips, hip distance. And maybe if you choose also, you can always have your back knee bent. But ideally, maybe let's run our feet on railroad tracks. Shift and level out through the pelvis. On the inhale, hinge forward. Walk your hands down the quad if you'd like. Here again, yoga blocks can be used to bring the earth closer to you if you'd like. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, come up into a little half lift. Exhale, draw the belly and nose towards your shin. One more time. Inhale here. Exhale. Slight bend in the knee. Take flight to warrior 3. Use your glutes. Now, a warrior 3 can be fantastic just right here. As long as you're really strong through your Mula Bandha, through your root chakra, up through the belly. Little variation is maybe to go a little longer with your warrior 3. And we breathe. Here's where you can bend the knee. Find your block with your outside hand. Stack your top hip upon the bottom. Reach your top hand up. This is more about, though, moving from the top and then to the earth. Sometimes I know you feel like we're going to build from here to up, but sometimes this is the shape we create, and that's awesome if that's the shape you'd like. But let's think about why we're doing this. We're opening up the hip. We're strengthening through our glutes. We're pressing down through the back heel. And imagine that your top hand is pressing into mine. Bend the knee, slowly float back to warrior 2. If I am strong, I move with a fierce movement like a lion. Pivot through your heel. And let's open up our feet once again. On the inhale, kind of make a big sunflower. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. And one more time. And deepen through the hips. Meet at the very top of this wave. Open up your jaw. Exhale out. Pivot through your back foot. Set this up into crescent. Feel space in the hip, the psoas. Open up into crescent lunge. Straighten the back leg, bend the front knee a little more. Find a focal point, draw the hands into the heart. Set up through your hips. Perhaps widen your stance a tiny bit. Lengthen through the front leg. We're charging through your quad. Hinge at the hip. Again, use your blocks if you like. Add an inhale. Exhale, draw the belly towards the top of the quad. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, belly towards the quad. One more. Bend the front knee. Again, focal point, take flight, warrior 3, your warrior 3 again. Be right here if that feels good. Steady, strong, or create more of a T. We're rotating the hip inward and forward and down towards the earth. You've got an internal rotation. Now when we move into Ardha Chandrasana or half moon, we've got an external. So we're going to stack the hip upon the other one, imagining that you're flexing your back foot, pushing it down upon a countertop. Light, light, light if you're using the block. Reach that up. Maybe play around with it a little bit. Draw the hand into the heart. Float that back down. Step it back to warrior two. Move like a ninja there. Hands to heart. Pivot through your back foot just slightly. Rotate through your feet. And this time, let's kind of get deep into the hips. Move through Skandasana. So with these flows I'm putting together, if you have a variation that you love to do, then do that. These are just some ideas to get you up and moving. Pivot through your back foot, walk your fingertips forward, set your strong foundation, roll that up. Inhale, hands to heart. Hinge forward to pyramid. Hands to heart, chest. Take flight, warrior three. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Explore. Maybe that top hand reaches towards the back. Again, be really light if you're using a block. Float the foot back, warrior two. Meet back to center. Pivot our feet out. Set deep into this just kind of a goddess stance or horse stance, whatever you call it. Look over the shoulder. Round. This is my favorite one for my back. Exhale, round. And again. Pivot. Set your foundation. Work that up. Movement with breath. Hands to heart. Pyramid. Hinge forward. Relax the back of the neck. Bend knee. Take flight. Warrior three. Virabhadrasana 3. Half moon. Ardha Chandrasana. Lifting up, up, up. Reaching towards your back shin if you chose that on the other side. Each side feels really crazy different. Release it, float back to warrior two. Hands to heart. Rotate our feet, hands to hips. Release the shoulders, the neck. Load into the ball of the feet. Hinge forward. Variation of down dog or Adho Mukha Shavasana. Pause here with breath. One hand stays in the front. Reach the other palm through and gaze underneath your armpit. Bend the knees. Other hand comes out. Reach your hand through. Look underneath your armpit. Palms come in front of you. Kind of scooch to the back of the mat. Let's sit deep into our hips. Give our wrists kind of a tiny little break here. I call this praying mantis. Give your wrists a nice stretch. And set tall, lengthen through the back of the neck. And maybe today you'd like to practice kind of opening up with a bind, if that's in your wheelhouse, or you want to give that a shot today. Or maybe you explore crow here. Open it up, weave one hand behind, interlace with the other hand. Do not force this posture though. It's not about weaving our bodies into a specific shape. Right here is really awesome than trying to force something today. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this Vinyasa Flow, kind of the moon and sun postures. Namaste.